I use Ivory soap. And it'll...
Like in the shower or for your fab work?
Both.
These Novas were built new. They were probably the lowest quality car in GM's lineup.
Or your dog pooped in my yard. Let's do that.
I caught your dog taking a crap on my front lawn.
I used to work with an old man, and he told me he could just clench his teeth together and close off his eardrums.
You're just old and got sensitive ears.
Welcome back to another episode of Martin Brothers. This episode is going to be one filled with metalwork and fabrication. So for all of you that have been asking to see some of the process and what goes into making some of these cool custom parts, well, you're going to see it. So we'll be catching up with Adam and Joe talking about a custom panel that's going in the engine bay of the Nova, as that car is very, very near to completion, getting it ready for a car show here in November.
We're loading up on the 20th.
I think you said November 8th in the last video, dude. And then we'll catch up with Jeremy, who's working on the Grand Prix, as he's finishing up those wheel tubs that we showcased last week.
Now I'm going to spot these through kind of like I did there. And once you sand off the welds, you can't even see it.
You can see here we got a bunch of swag and merch, so we'll be actually talking with Amanda about some t-shirts, and we got a brand new design that's going to be released and available for you to purchase.
I don't have a new one hanging up yet, but
there it is. And as always, guys, if you're enjoying the content in the video, make sure you like, subscribe, get notified, hit that hype button. So be sure to let us know what you're most interested in and what you guys want to see, so comment down below and enjoy the video. There's that Uber driver.
That's right, man. I'm Ubering my dog. She tore up her meniscus, man. She's got a surgery in 2 weeks.
Damn.
She's gonna be down, so I figured I'd take her.
VIP treatment.
That's right. Look at her. She's spoiled, man.
So what we're having to do is the shop bully got, actually looks like the shop bully's here. So the shop bully spent a lot of time making a really nice engine cover for this Nova, but what happened was when it came back from the body shop, it didn't fit anymore because they had to tweak all the panels, you know, during the whole finishing process.
Yeah. Man, this thing isn't done yet. Don't you have a show? Wait, the show's over, isn't it?
No, the show's on the 20th. We're loading up on the 20th.
I think you said November 8th in the last video, dude.
Well, the next one's on the 20th. You have to be
super careful.
Yeah, that's the other kind of
I heard the last guy got fired because he scratched the paint.
close. So see this, I'm kind of leaving room here
right.
so that I can fit it once the top piece is done. The reason why I'm doing this is because there's going to be a piece that comes down through here. We'll get into that today. That kind of covers this. So this will be chopped off in the end. I don't think we'll be able to get all this today because this takes a minute. This panel's done, so this panel will just bolt up here on the side. And then the same thing up here. See these mounting tabs? Ken put these mounting tabs on.
So this will all be one big piece.
The top piece will be, yeah. And then it'll fasten here and here with 2 bolts. And then this piece will be part of this too, so it can just lift off as one unit.
If you ever need to service the car, you need to mask everything first. So there needs to almost be like a safety label here, a procedure manual on how to
You have to be
remove this.
really, really careful. Yeah, we're gonna have to put a warning here that says, be super careful. This is gonna be 1/2 inch here. 1/2 inch beads. And I don't know exactly what the pattern's gonna be yet, but I know that this angle will match the angle in the supercharger.
Actually, that is a question that I have, but maybe other people have too. Like, once you finish the build, what is the servicing like? Do customers typically, like if they're local, do they bring them back so that you guys can kind of do that first after break-in maintenance and whatnot? Or do they find
sometimes this client has his own kind of shop back at his house. So he has a team of guys that'll go through everything. But we've got this car for 2 years, which is going to be awesome.
Is there like a manual or anything that like or you give the basics? Because obviously you guys
Yeah,
know
but-
where the wiring, where the plumbing, where the fitting, where all that custom stuff is. So instead of the next guy trying to figure it out, do you guys supply anything, or is that why we use?
send a manual with the vehicle?
Okay.
So all of the wiring, all the routing, all the instructions manual, all that comes in a 3-ring binder for whoever.
And now there's YouTube videos.
Or yeah, they can go on YouTube. But this one is kind of a challenge because of all this intercooling. This is all intercooling that these go back to the back tank into the chiller tank, and so it's just a lot of stuff to package. And because it looks so industrial, that's kind of why I'm going with this super industrial vibe. So we can get into this today, show everybody how this comes together. What I was doing when you got here was I was kind of finish welding this. You have to be really careful when you're welding aluminum because it wants to distort.
That's why you kind of probably start here and then you're over here and you.
Yeah, exactly. And it's different. Aluminum welding is a lot different than steel because you don't want exact like tight fitting tolerances. You kind of want a tolerance like that, because if it's tight fitting, what happens is when you weld it, it just kind of bows up like this from the heat. So you can see this next piece is going to go down like this here, and then probably just kind of go around this bumper, and then that'll be it. Here's kind of a test piece that I did for the, so I kind of did an inverse.
You gotta be careful, man.
I've been working around this car long enough to where it's kind of like worn off how careful I've got to be around it. So this, kind of see like this here. This will kind of be what it's going to look like here.
Is there any reason why you don't want to go kind of to the edge?
Yeah, because of this, the way this core support is, it starts to angle back here. So it goes this way and angles back. And what's going to happen is this opening would be way too close to the edge of the aluminum. But I also, my OCD gets the best of me. See how this opening is not centered on the hood pin? To get this opening centered on the hood pin, I wouldn't be left with hardly any of that, of this plate left. So what would happen would be when I would weld it, it would start to eat into that and just look like garbage. So I just...
Yeah. There he is.
This is a opportunity for you to do the little, what was that you wanted to do? You want to be like the hype man? Remember that when we were talking in the, you're like, man, I just gotta be the hype man when we're shooting.
Yeah,
You
I gotta maintain your energy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Man, this looks good, man. Got an industrial look.
That's what I'm saying. It looks
Matches
like
the blower nice, you know.
I mean, he's going to be able to eat lunch here if he wants.
Yeah,
He
he
can
could
just
eat
open
lunch,
up the
man.
hood and eat lunch
Yeah.
on this tray.
Exactly, man. Hot lunch, man.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
hot,
yeah.
man, you know, it'd be like a hot plate.
Get to the show.
That's right.
So this piece
Nice.
here, you know, originally I was hoping to do something like this, but because this, I was just telling Chris, this core support is so, it's like deceivingly difficult
I know it.
because it kicks back here.
Yep.
There it doesn't.
And then over here, it's
at a
turn
different,
downs real early. Yeah, it's weird.
different than this one.
Yep.
Everybody's wondering, they're probably wondering, why in the hell are they building a engine support with a freshly painted car?
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's, you know,
I was just telling him. I was telling him earlier, and I got to be super careful because now I've been working around it for a few days.
Yeah.
I'm starting to just like take stuff off faster than I should, and I got to just keep telling myself no.
well, that's kind of
Gotta
the thing.
be
We kind
careful.
of got ahead of ourselves too, because
Yeah.
some of the plumbing interfered with the last one we made. So we sent the car to Vastine, supplied Vastine paint the car. His crew, they did a killer job, but after everything was kind of moved around, there's some inconsistencies, you know. So we had to go back. Now we're doing it on a freshly painted car, which is
Not
definitely a
optimum.
hassle, not
Yeah.
optimum.
Yeah, the damn grill's going down that
like
piece.
here.
Yeah,
That's the thing. It's yeah.
see, we've got a point here in the middle,
Right,
and
exactly.
and then we've got like 3/8 on
Yes,
the left
I
and the
know.
right.
And it's
So
weird
it's-
because
You don't see it.
You don't see it.
Yeah.
And you know, you got to think too, man, when these Novas were built new, they were probably the lowest quality car in GM's lineup as far as fitment.
It was basically
You
like a
know.
Spark, like a you know, a Chevy Spark
Like a
is
Chevy
now.
Spark.
This is like a
it's
Spark
the-
back
the
in the
60
day.
Yeah,
This is a 60s version.
exactly. It's gonna look pretty sharp, brother.
Did you see what we just got in?
Oh man, these are new shirts.
I think
Nova
I
shirt?
think it might match something.
Oh, damn, that's a trick, man.
Nova.
The Nova shirts.
Yeah, it's a velvet hammer.
Man, Cope did killer on that. Damn.
So these are on the
The
site
velvet
right now.
hammer, man. Look at that. It's got the M on the front, got the Nova on the back. Damn, dude, that's
you know,
killer.
we're gonna have to hold that other one for the next video. The other one that we're dropping.
Oh, yeah,
The
yeah.
next t-shirt.
Damn, look at that, man. Look at that, match the interior color on the details.
Oh, that's cool.
Got the candy red detailed out.
Yeah, yeah.
That's awesome, man.
That's sweet.
Damn.
You got lots of merch out there.
Yeah, I mean, things are about to start really picking up for Christmas. So
True.
yeah, we get lots of orders during Christmas holiday.
Is there any Black Friday deals coming up?
Oh yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
So this is the experience when you walk in. So you get to see all of these t-shirts and different designs.
We don't have a new one hanging up yet, but
There it is.
and yours truly is gonna fulfill those orders.
There you go. I'm waiting on that Foxbody one.
Okay, Foxzilla has not entered the building yet, but when he does, it's gonna be awesome.
You have your own calendar?
Yes, we did not do one for 2026, but we did one the last 2 years, and all proceeds went to Southern California Pit Bull Rescue as well as Paws, a local shelter. So we just do that to raise funds for the dogs.
Gotcha. But there's no 2026.
We ran out of time this year.
It's not 2026 yet.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, it's too late.
Well, they probably took like 600 pictures, right? So you could probably just
did.
reuse, like
They
just
did.
repurpose if you...
Yeah, and I have a friend of mine that does it with me, so she's in here too. So this is Di, and that's Link. And then there's Blue. There's Di and Wednesday. And there's Betty and I. Whoops. Oh yeah, and then my friend Rachel from Australia.
So I'm saying this with 36 grit, and what this is telling me is this is a low spot here. You can see like this is a low spot. This is a low spot. So what happens is you can't chase these low spots with 36 grit, because if you do, your piece is gonna look like this. So what I can do is I'm probably gonna run a bead here because I need to fill this in, and run a bead over here with aluminum. You have to get it really, really, really clean or it won't weld correctly, because I'm sure everybody out there has had aluminum oxide like sandpaper, right? And aluminum oxide forms on aluminum like within like seconds. So if you don't clean it off, it welds a lot differently. Because when you throw heat at this, it's got to break through the aluminum oxide layer first, and then it will pull up once it reaches like the pure aluminum. And it's crazy because you can contaminate aluminum so easily. So I like have aluminum only brushes. The other thing that's really crazy that you don't think about is if you're using an air tool. Because on air tools, we have to put oil in them so that they stay, so they work. And see this little opening is the exhaust on the air tool.
So you're like contaminating, blowing out some oil.
Yeah, so if you have this down and you're working your piece, you're just contaminating it with the oil and the air line after you work so hard to clean it off.
Yeah.
You don't realize how dirty the TIG rod is until you clean it.
So dirty hands.
Dirty hands, clean money. Remember when that was a thing?
I still have the t-shirt.
Is
And
that
the
even-
hat,
is that a
actually.
thing
It
anymore?
still is, yeah.
Is it? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
With those gloves, they look pretty dirty.
They're clean. So you can set your depth on your machine for, like, if you want the weld bead to stay on top of the surface or penetrate down into the surface, like wide or narrow. So I've kind of got this wider right now. We're running 96 amps. Like, it's better to run at a 45-degree angle on the tungsten if you're TIG welding aluminum. If I'm TIG welding steel, I'm running like a super like pointy, like I could stab myself with a piece of tungsten. So you see this crater here? That's what happens when you turn your heat off too quick. And probably what would happen is if I go and sand this, it would crack underneath this crater. But you can see just by that little amount of heat how much this piece kicked up.
Oh yeah.
It was nice and flush, and I might be able just to bend it down, but I doubt it because it's wanting to bend this whole piece.
So
here.
would it be beneficial to like tack that and hold it, or do you want to let it do its thing and then
Yeah, you would want to
deal
let
with
it
it
because
after?
it would just do something into this piece. So you can see it doesn't really, it looks so fat on the top, but it didn't even really penetrate the bottom. These are all tacks I did on this side, kind of before I started messing around with the top. Another thing with aluminum, it wants to clog up. This 36 grit, it won't clog it very quickly because it's so coarse. But I use ivory soap, and it'll
like in the shower or for your fab work?
both. I like to keep my fab work clean, like to keep my junk clean. Soap will keep your the grit, your sanding disc from clogging up. And with aluminum, you just don't want to sit here and just go back and forth on it forever because it'll heat it up, and that's no good either. So you can already see how it's glossy here. So that tells me that we're, not flat anymore, unfortunately. So there's really no point at this point to go to try and get this to go flat, because if that goes flat, that means we're going to have a huge canoe right here, which is just, not what you want. Because really what I want to do is I want for Joe to be able to paint this piece on Monday without having to do a lot of body work. I could canoe that, and I'm sure a lot of people do, and then they'll just skim over it with filler. But I kind of like to keep my work at a higher level than that, I guess. But you can already, so I'm trying to bend this, and all it's doing is just flexing it through here. It worked a little bit, but that doesn't mean that changed. We'll try it again here. Yeah, you can still see it all in here with our low spot here. So what I'll do is we'll take it over to the planishing hammer and planish that and run that down into the metal and see if we can kind of flatten it out that way. I gotta take my clean gloves off. Oh, I've got to, hold on.
Oh, could have stabbed yourself.
So we don't want this thing here.
Hey, who's got this? Hey, copyright. That's your new name. I'm just gonna call you copyright from now on.
Oh, copyright.
You're messing up my setup.
What are you doing?
Uh-oh.
Have to run it real quick.
Oh, well, yeah, run it really quick. Jeremy's like this old man I used to work with. He said he could close off his ears. He doesn't need hearing protection.
Oh, for God's sake. Meanwhile,
I used to work with an old man, and he told me he could just clench his teeth together and close off his eardrums.
You're just old and got sensitive ears.
And the other day I came in, and Jeremy was like, man, I was shooting my gun. I didn't have on hearing protection. Now I can't hear.
I really fucked up for like 4 days.
So this guy, you start with it loose. So what I don't want to do is just push all this metal and make it come up, that'd be defeating the purpose. So we'll sand it again and see what moved. So you can see now that one's gone. That one we still have issues. It probably looks straight on camera, but you can feel It's just kind of got a little bump, which we could just hammer and dolly that out. But I'm gonna run it through that over here. I'm gonna run that through the planching hammer again. Instagram 80.
Instagram 80?
Yeah, because whenever you're fabbing, if you use this on an orbital, it'll make anything look good, even if it's shit.
But on Instagram, it looks okay?
Yeah. So I usually do that, and then I'll spray some Dicam on here. And then I'll hit it again, and it'll tell me exactly where I need to work my piece.
Oh, so that's like a guide coat.
Yeah. But it won't gum up the paper. So you see how that looks halfway decent. I mean, obviously that, but
Yeah.
this will show us how bad the metal's off. We're so close, I can probably just hammer and dolly this. So what we want to do is we're going to put the dolly on the low surface and then hit the high surface. And one advantage of using the 80 grit is when we hit it, the hammer leaves these witness marks, so we kind of know where we're hitting. Got like a huge high spot right here. You probably can't, I can just feel it, it's right there. Probably what happened was I left this piece for too long on the planching hammer and it just kicked it up. So I'm gonna see if we can. This stuff will dry on its own, it just.
Yeah.
There's this humongous low spot right here.
Yeah.
And still have kind of a high spot right there. This is fine too. That low spot right here. You gotta be really careful in these areas because if you're too careless, you'll be like, whack, and then whack this nice radius. Oh, let's see what that did. I'm just gonna hit this area here. I think I'm gonna use that same method and just knock here. Right on this weld. Use that. See, when you try and go fast like that, then you end up cracking the metal.
Uh-oh.
It's because there was no weld bead on that side. I shouldn't have hit that because there was no weld bead on that side. So now I get to start over. What?
Exactly. Did you get your wheel tubs done?
Yep.
Sweet. All right, so there's the fancy pieces you add through the, what was that, bead roller, I guess?
Yeah, I did it through the plenishing hammer and then through the bead roller after. So you kind of stretch the material because you know it's going to shrink when you send it through the bead roller. So I did a pre-stretch and then shrunk it with the bead roller. And then just threw it in the press brake, broke this right here. And then I'm going to spot these through kind of like I did there. And once you sand off the welds, you can't even see it.
Oh, it's real clean looking, man.
Thank you.
And then, yeah, I guess you got all the little pieces down on the bottom, all following the contour. So how many pieces would that be that you needed to make?
What, for these?
Yeah.
It's probably about 10 different pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a thing, right? When it's done, people just think like, oh, it's one big piece, but...
It was functioning as one big piece once it was all welded together, but I started with 1.5 inch flat stock and then folded it in half, made my little flange, and then just started popping holes all the way through. But it gets tricky once you start getting down in these tight areas.
Man, the tubs look like they came out pretty good.
Yeah, they came out pretty cool. And then I remade some trunk mount brackets, because when I sliced through here, this bridged over to the old wheel tub, so I notched that out. And then same thing for the trunk brackets. They come off the trunk and then go down to the wheel tub. So those all got cut off. So yesterday I made those pieces fresh. So I'm gonna go through, patch this in, and then I think after that, I'm gonna bolt up the fenders and start shaving the emblems for the fenders.
Actually have that many holes in there?
Yeah. Each letter has like 2 holes.
Oh, damn. Yeah. Oh, so I guess like Grand Prix. Uh-huh.
And then I gotta make a beauty bezel to cover over the radiator and all that, the core support.
Cool.
But it's moving along. The customer wants all the emblems shaved, so I just did a quick little shave on that.
Yeah, I can get down with that. Shaved is always nice and clean. Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah, so these originally came off. They were about that big, shaped like kind of like a little half pipe. So I lobbed those off there and then just made fresh ones, dimple dyed them. They're a little strong. So once I finish that part I'm working on right now, then I'll, like I was saying, I'll bolt up the front fenders.
Wait, I thought we were trying to save the paint on this car.
No, I guess Joe ended up, they're gonna try to do like a rough restoration. So he'll keep it, they're gonna block it, sand it, just re-black it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the paint wasn't perfect, but I think it's gonna be worth it.
Yeah.
So we have different scenarios. Should we do, you hit my car, Mexican order, I guess that, or your dog pooped in my yard. Let's do that. Enter your friend's number.
I caught your dog taking a crap on my front lawn. Well, why don't you eat it? I got your number off his collar. Well, tell your mom mama, get out of my back. You better come pick up your little rat by the end of the day. I don't have time to wait around.
Oh, I'm gonna start pranking him all the time.
Oh.
He was talking to the recording. You could be my workpiece holder again.
Oh. Very important job.
I've heard you like wood.
Did you cut it too short?
No. I just don't want to have to get another piece of tape, but I may have to. That way I can just line this piece of wood up with the side of that metal. And I'll know my lines are going to be straight on the metal. Now, we'll pull this off. We know right where we're going to drill our 1/2-inch holes. You seen these step bit drill bits? They're pretty sick.
Oh, look at that. It's like a uni bit in a drill bit.
Yeah. I know you like to tell everybody I always drill holes in the wrong spot. You're way off. What? You're supposed to be up there. Wow, that was really cool. We just drilled some holes. I know we have a router, but it would just be a pain. It might be the easiest way to get a straight line though, right? Sing dong along the marker. The straighter we get this, the better it's gonna look. This can kind of be like a montage. You can create some kind of montage. Okay, what's cool? Did you already cut one?
Yeah, this thing's so much better. Way better.
This is the way everybody in the rest of the world cuts
I
metal.
can see why, dude.
Try the router.
No,
Jigsaw.
jigsaw. Dang, I gotta plug this in. Nope.
Oh, look, it's even. Oh,
Is this thing plugged in?
I think you unplugged it, but I'd turn it off for safety. Oh, this is the safety here too. Got multiple safeties. Ooh. That means it's still plugged in. But if you do this,
There we go.
I think that's safe.
Oh man, trying to find people to work is so difficult. So I was trying. That was a guy I was. That
So
hopefully might work.
Tyler came by,
Uh-huh.
said we're doing it wrong.
Oh really? How do we do it?
He's got some.
You gotta use the smaller bits in your hole.
Okay.
So you're gonna need to use like the 1/4 inch,
Uh huh.
and then
Kind of trace
what you're
it.
gonna do is you're gonna stick your guide piece on top.
Uh huh.
And
Oh.
use this top bearing to run against the guide piece as it cuts.
Oh, nice. Okay, sweet.
So really, like on something like this, we have a compound.
Uh huh.
I think I've still got some scraps up there. You can actually like jig it where the two pieces come together like that.
Oh, and then just roll
That way
around.
You can run it in and around the corner.
Oh, sweet.
Snap them off, stick them to the other side, and then run the other side of the hole down. I think I've got a bunch of that.
This guy knows what he's doing.
Yeah. It's like butter right there.
then what I would do is just do these as one cut at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Just lay it on like that and cut from here to here
Yeah.
and do it like
Oh,
that.
okay.
So,
Cool. Thanks, man.
fresh tape every time.
So on this one, we need to go this way, right? Or do we push it?
So when he was cutting on
This side.
that side, he was pushing. If you were doing that side, you'd have to pull unless you turn it around.
What I'm going to do is throw it, chuck it up here in the lathe, and we're just going to run it, put a crown on it. So it's like super smooth, but I don't think we need it for this operation. So this will be the crown of the bead that we're going to put in the engine cover.
Cool. Well, all right, guys, that's going to be a wrap for this episode. Hopefully you enjoyed. And as always, make sure to comment, like, subscribe, hit that hype button if you see it, and we'll catch you back here on Martin Brothers.
Well, that's good. That's positive, man. Chris, that's positive from you. Being the Mustang guru,
Yeah.
if you dig it, man.
What we're thinking is this, we want to put this landing on the top here.
Yeah, and so imagine,
Yeah.
you know, I think this is a little too wide, and so I was thinking maybe a quarter wide. Yeah, because you almost fatten that up just a tad bit, man.